In the late 1980s, a case shocked the world, exposing a brutal crime that no one saw coming. This is the story of Lyle and Erik Menendez, the brothers who killed their parents in cold blood in one of the most infamous cases in U.S. history. Lyle Menendez, born in 1968, and Erik Menendez, born in 1970, were sons of Jose and Mary Louise Kitty Menendez. Jose was a successful businessman, having worked his way up from humble beginnings in Cuba to becoming a high-powered executive in the entertainment industry. The Menendez family lived in luxury in Beverly Hills, California, seemingly enjoying a perfect life. But on the night of August 20, 1989, that facade shattered. Lyle and Erik, armed with shotguns, entered the den where their parents were watching TV. They fired multiple shots, killing their father first and then their mother, in a horrifying scene that left Jose nearly decapitated and Kitty unrecognizable from the brutal gunfire. After the murders, the brothers pretended to be devastated, calling 911 in tears and telling the police they had just found their parents dead. Lyle was heard screaming to the operator that someone killed my parents. Erik was also crying uncontrollably in the background. They suggested to police that it might have been a mob hit, hinting at Jose's business connections as a possible motive. However, suspicion began to grow when the brothers' behavior after the murders raised eyebrows. Instead of grieving quietly, Lyle and Erik started spending their inheritance lavishly. Within months, they had blown through nearly $700,000, buying expensive cars, luxury watches, and even starting a restaurant in Princeton. Their carefree lifestyle in the wake of such a tragedy caught the attention of investigators. But it wasn't until Erik confided in his therapist, Dr. Jerome Aziel, that the truth came out. During a therapy session, Erik admitted to Dr. Aziel that he and Lyle had killed their parents. Aziel recorded their conversations, and when his mistress, Judah Long Smythe, found out about the confession, she went to the police. This would become the key evidence that led to their arrest. On March 8, 1990, Lyle Menendez was arrested at the family's mansion. Erik, who had fled to Israel, returned to Los Angeles and surrendered to the police a few days later. Both brothers were charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder with special circumstances, making them eligible for the death penalty. The trial of the Menendez brothers became a media sensation, broadcast on national television for all to see. The defense team, led by attorney Leslie Abramson, argued that Lyle and Erik had suffered years of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse at the hands of their father. The brothers claimed that their father had been a tyrant, and they feared for their lives. They said that on the night of the murder, they believed their father was going to kill them. The prosecution, however, painted a different picture. They argued that the brothers were motivated by greed and that the murders were premeditated. Jose had recently changed his will, and the brothers feared being cut out of their father's fortune. The state claimed the allegations of abuse were fabricated to justify the killings. The first trial ended in a mistrial, as the jury could not reach a unanimous verdict. Some jurors believed the brothers acted in self-defense, while others saw it as cold-blooded murder. However, in the second trial, the judge ruled that the claims of sexual abuse could not be used as justification for the killings, severely limiting the defense's strategy. In 1996, both Lyle and Erik Menendez were convicted of first-degree murder. They were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Their case has been appealed multiple times, but each appeal has been denied. The Menendez brothers remain in prison, serving their life sentences at the Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in California. Despite their convictions, the Menendez case continues to intrigue the public. Many still debate whether Lyle and Erik were victims of a violent, abusive household or calculating killers who murdered their parents out of greed. Over the years, the case has been the subject of numerous documentaries, books, and dramatizations, cementing its place in the annals of true crime history. To this day, the story of the Menendez brothers stands as a chilling reminder of how, behind the closed doors of even the wealthiest families, dark and deadly secrets can fester.